What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one I'm going to be showing you how to make the interior for your Cheesecake Factory. This is going to be a lot for sure. Here's most of the interior. I gotta get myself an angle for my screenshot. Anyway, here it is in all of its cheesiness, cheesecakiness. I don't know. This was a really weird one as I was like researching, trying to figure out what the hell they look like, because I've never been inside one. Brother, they're quite interesting. Anyway, that's the gist of it. So yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the space we need for this is, well, you don't need any space. All you need is your Cheesecake Factory from, I don't know, whenever. You might want to give yourself some night vision to start off here. It's just always not a bad idea to have. And we're going to start off with the following materials for the inside. Stone bricks, stripped oak wood, yellow terracotta, jungle doors, birch doors, chiseled quartz blocks, birch planks, cyan wool, and we're gonna go with pale oak planks. Why not? Head inside your Cheesecake Factory, and the first thing you want to do is break your entire grass floor and replace it with chiseled quartz blocks, including underneath the windows. I'm gonna do this with a /fill command for the most part, and I will manually fill some, I guess. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. It's always fun recording these kinds of things back to back to each other. You know, the interiors and exteriors and whatnot. Sometimes it sucks though if it's like a really big one. Like, I'm not doing that with a Best Buy. You can't make me. Actually, but I can just do this, can't I? Yeah. And then I'll manually do this little corner. We're going to do all the walls, build up as we need, and then we're going to do the like back area ceilings first, and then work our way forward just to get the easier stuff done, and then kind of have all the weird roofs in the middle. And then we can actually use the roofs, I think, to mark some things. I don't know if they line up perfectly. I guess we'll have to see. At least for the front, since that's really the only one that is markable in any sense. Anyway, once you have your floor in, it'll look something like this. Cool. Starting from the front with all of the windows, you want to just kind of, on the sides of the black glass, place pale oak planks. You don't have to do it on the sides of the gilded blackstone necessarily, but, you know, just something like this. Then a block outside of each of those pale oak planks, I'll place a singular stone brick. Whoopsies, I missed a row. That's good. Pretty much all the walls are double layered. So you can take this stone brick at the back right and just bring it all the way back. And then you want to, from here, go all the way across the back with stone bricks. And then all the way forward on this side. We don't double layer this area. You'll see why later. I cover it so you can't see it. But we don't double layer it because I made a little bit of an oopsie with something. Not really an oopsie, but I didn't plan on double layering the walls. And then when I did, that just ended up being a block off with the wall position. And I didn't want to change it. So anyway, we're going to leave that corner alone and pretty much the rest for now. Though we'll do something with the entrance later. From the back right here, this stone brick behind the windows, you want to extend to the left by 4. You'll then place a birch door, 3 stone bricks, birch door, and then 6 stone bricks. Then go connect this actually end stone brick just all the way back, along with the one between the 2 doors, this center guy. And the bathroom should maybe be the same size. Are you a block wider? You are a block wider, and I think that is because I have something weird, huh? Why is it, actually? Oh, I know why. Haha. This bathroom here, right? Yeah, so the right bathroom, you actually can just break the stone brick wall here and move it over, so it is directly against the side here, rather than having that one block spacing. Just a minor change to the way that it was laid out. I forgot that was like that, my bad. You then want to take, from this kind of area over here, you want to, I'm going to actually say from this new back right-hand corner in the now open area, and from this back right-hand corner, you want to count forward by 4 and place a stone brick, so you should have a gap of 4 behind. Gap of 1 going left, 6 stone bricks, gap of 1, 2 stone bricks. Extend that end stone brick back by 1, then leave a gap of 2 and place another. Also extend it forward by 7. So it should be in line with that side there. And then this stone brick you can bring basically all the way across. You would, I guess if you want numbers, you can place 9 stone bricks, a jungle door, and then 3 stone bricks. And yeah. As you can see, that kind of just lines up with this corner perfectly, and I thought that was nice. And again, there's a couple reasons, because then if I move this wall forward to accommodate for the double layering, then I would have the outside off-centered, so I made do with it. Looking at the front entrance, you want to take the birch on either side and extend it out by an additional 3. And when you do that, you can take the stone bricks on the one side, which is where the windows are, and just connect it into the birch. We can fill up the birch as well a little bit, so just place an additional row of birch, and then 3 rows of cyan wool. I will connect the top cyans together like so, and that'll give you a nice 4x4 doorway. For these stone bricks, there are really 2 specific spots that are important here. Either side of this kind of opening in the center where you go back, you're just placing, what is it, 5 stripped oak wood extending up? Yeah. Well, actually, is it 5? Yeah, go with 5, that is fine. And then the 4th one up, you'll connect together with birch planks across. You then want to leave a gap of 2 from either side of birch plank, and on the 3rd one, you'll place birch planks going all the way forward, and they should connect nicely into the corner cyan wools, like so. If they don't, just bring the corner cyan wools back instead. It should be centered, though. That is kind of the one thing that is important there. Next up, we can take these stone bricks and extend each one up with 5 yellow terracotta. You'll go over top of the 1x2 doorways with the top 4 blocks, so just make them 1x2s. And for the 2-block one here, you're making it a 2x3. And that's really all. Some of this will be taller than we'll need it, but I would rather go taller than too short. So yeah, because technically we don't even need it this tall really anywhere. But still, it is nice to add that way. And yeah. And then from this point, we can start filling up stuff. Although I'm probably going to do the windows first, because they do need to be touched up on the inside, the same way as they are on the outside, actually. I should also mention where the windows are. The stone bricks on the sides, it should be the same as it is on the outside. So essentially for the shorter windows, you're giving them a 3x4 space, so you're just kind of going above the gilded blackstone row like this. And for the taller windows, you're going in line with that top row of gilded blackstone, which you can kind of see where for the big windows where the stairs are, you're just going to be a block higher than that. And yeah, is that yellow there? Oh, right, yeah, no, you can't see that, so never mind. But we're still going to do it that way. I just forgot that was a thing. Or the lack of a thing, I guess. but don't change the, don't change anything. Don't touch it. So there is a lot that is going to be going on with this. We got a bar, which I ended up, well, I'll explain it more when we get there, but there's like a bar, and then because it's Cheesecake Factory, you know, you have a place to look at the cheesecake, and I thought, what would be a better place to put that than under the bar, so you can, you know, while getting your drinks, look at cheesecake and be like, I could go for some cheesecake right now. Impulse buy the cheesecake, you know? It's genius. I should go into marketing. Anyway, you should end up with this. Clear your inventory, sure, why not? And for the windows, if you remember them from the exterior, you don't need the instructions. I'll go over it quickly, though. You want pale oak trapdoors, pale oak shelves, and pale oak stairs. And for each of the windows against the side, you're placing pale oak trapdoors against the bottom 2 blocks. Just like this. So many windows. There's only 6 on the side, which is actually a lot now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway. Oh, that glitch is so weird. Why does that do that? And why have they not fixed it? Whatever. Average bedrock. Place pale oak shelves above those trapdoors. Still against the wall. It is 1 for the short windows and 2 for the tall windows. And then above those, your upside down pale oak stairs with the pale oak trapdoors in the center against the top. And as I mentioned, really just a rinse repeat of the exterior. Cool. For the beginning of the lighting, you can clear your inventory and get out the following. Polished diorite and sea lanterns. That's all I'm going to concern myself with now. And we're going to do either one of the bathrooms. So at the right side here, I didn't bring that wall up enough. That's actually fine. That's funny. The 4th row of yellow up in both the bathrooms or to these back 2 right rooms, you want to place just 1 row of polished diorite going around the kind of perimeter. The ceiling should be 4 blocks tall in total. 3 yellow, 1 stone brick. And yeah, this is what I mean by the ceilings being a little too tall in parts, but rather too tall than too short again. Place an additional row at the front and back, so the short sides of the room. And then from this point, you will go, on either side, you will go front to back with a sea lantern, 2 polished diorite, sea lantern, 2 polished diorite, sea lantern, and then the center 3 rows are all polished diorite. I just didn't want the lights against the sides, so I changed the pattern a little bit here by just making it 3 rows in the center instead. If you... if you're looking for symmetry, you can actually take these sea lanterns and just push them forward or backward a block. So, like, you'd have it like this instead, and it'd be 3 block gaps between all the lights and 1 block perimeter on all sides. I just noticed I could have done that now, and I'm mad that I didn't. But anyway, moving on further left, we want to take the section where the bar is, which I think we're behind it. Yes, we are. And it is the same block height, actually. You're doing the same thing. You're placing 1 row of polished diorite around all sides at the 4th block up. It should be like that with the door, a block above it. I just had that too short. Going left to right, I'll place an additional row of diorite on either side. Then a row of sea lanterns, and then the center 4 is all going to be polished diorite. Cool. For the kitchen, it is same height. So this row of yellow here, you're placing 2 rows of polished diorite at the front and back. And then this is the traditional pattern if you're familiar with it. Sea lantern against the side walls, kind of against the diorite. Then 2 diorite, sea lantern, etc. until you have that grid pattern where you can fill in the remainder with polished diorite. My god, cool. Sorry, my voice is doing that thing again. To be fair, it was worse in the beginning of the exterior. That was brutal. That should give you this. We can work our way forward a little bit, and I want to start with the bar, I think, because that is going to be the easiest out of all of them. If you clear your inventory, you'll just need strip birch wood, birch stairs, ochre frog lights. And I'm actually going to do the wall for it, so get out stripped dark oak wood and dark oak stairs. Along with torches for fun. Do we want to place all the torches? Are there more? There are more. Yeah, sure, we can place them all. Why not? Actually, in addition, sorry, get out end rods, dark oak fence gates, and dark oak slabs. Just as much as we can do while we sweep through will be better. One block above the birch plank row here, you're filling in this back area with sideways strip birch wood. It's in line with the top row of yellow this time. And as you can also, again, see, this back area, and there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. That's cool. In either back corner, you're placing a row of stripped dark oak wood going floor to ceiling. And you can also actually place one on the other side of these doorways, kind of on the inside. Like so. Upside down dark oak stair above the doorway here with 2 stripped dark oak wood above that. And I'll place the torch off of the stripped dark oak just above the door. Between these, you want to break the center 4 strip birch in the ceiling. And also the yellow terracotta behind that you will replace with ochre frog lights. I'll then have upside down dark birch stairs, sorry, facing into those ochre frog lights. And below this, you would want, technically if you're going top to bottom, you leave a gap of 1 and place 4 rows of upside down dark oak stairs connecting these stripped dark oak wood together. But it'd make more sense to just place 4 off the floor, unlike what I did. For once, I picked the more difficult route. Well, I wouldn't say for once. That's giving me too much credit. Where this row of birch plank is, we're doing a couple things. Well, actually not. We're doing 1 and then something else that's almost in line. Off either side, kind of against the stripped oak, you're placing an end rod moving in. Then a dark oak fence gate. Then you'll want another end rod facing into the fence gate. So I'm going to just place placeholders for this. Which is ironic because inside of those end rods, you're placing upside down dark oak slabs, which I used as my placeholder. And then between those slabs, you'll place a couple more end rods. Cool. While we have it a block back from the birch line, you're breaking across the floor here and replacing with sideways stripped birch wood. I have now realized how unconventional this bar is, because in order to get back here, you have to go through the kitchen, around back, through the freezer, and then into the bar. Or alternatively, you could be the cool guy and jump over it, which is what I would do if I was a bartender. So yeah. In addition, before we clear our inventory, above each of the 3 doors, like the actual doors, you want to place a torch, which is the jungle and the 2 birch. Just so they're a little bit more highlighted. Now it's time for the fun part, and when I say the fun part, there is no sincerity there. We will start with the left half, and then we'll do the center and the front entrance, and then we'll do the right half. I think right... No, none of them are easy. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Brown terracotta, sea lanterns, bamboo trapdoors, white glazed terracotta, dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, oak trapdoors, and light gray glazed terracotta. That's too many words, honestly. So in this corner, against the wall that is at an angle, this curved wall, you want to place on the row of yellow just above brown terracotta going around. Like so. And you want to make sure you do the thing that we did on the exterior, where you add the additional blocks on the inside, just to make it a little bit thicker. Like that. Moving in from that, you want to place exactly... Well, actually, never mind. You want to place a row of sea lanterns that does not add the extra blocks. I almost skipped a step. So just 1 thin row. Then in from there, you're placing 3 white glazed terracotta each. That there are 2 things with this. No more, no less. So even like here where you would have this, we don't add an extra block here. This does not exist. It's just kind of like this going around. And I like to keep them all facing the same direction. It's entirely up to you. You can try to do some fun pattern, but Me personally, that was too much work, so... But yeah, do not change the direction you're facing and kind of the angle you're placing them from as you do this, because you want them all facing the same, like so. And as you can see, that tanked my frame rate. I don't know why Vibrant Visuals Glazed Terracotta is just awful for the frames. I think it's because it's reflective, but yeah, it is by far the only block that I've seen genuinely make a difference like that. It's bad. They gotta fix it. Inside of that Glazed Terracotta, you're placing another sea lantern row like we did before. Then brown terracotta again with those corner blocks also thrown in, or the extra blocks, I guess, like so. Before we finish off this little section, I'm going to place bamboo trapdoors underneath each sea lantern just to make them a little less obnoxious. And, yeah. Add a little bit of yellow in there, even though the walls are yellow. Cool. For this kind of remaining little corner here, you want to use upside down dark oak slabs to fill pretty much all of it in. The only exception is the back and right. You're going to have upside down dark oak stairs, just kind of as a perimeter like so. But the rest is upside down slabs. You don't go around the brown with that because the brown is kind of that line. But I just felt like that it needed something else to connect down because it felt a little bare with just these slabs. So that was what I did. Cool. That is realistically a third done. Yeah, God. This center section. Going either front to back or back to front doesn't matter. You would want... Now, these are going to have to be placed in specific directions, but I'm not going to worry about it yet. You would want 6 rows of light gray glazed terracotta, sea lantern, and then 6 more rows of light gray glazed terracotta. And again, you would want these making the funny squares. So as you can see here, this one would be cracked. And this is really annoying to do, like very annoying. Just do your best is my advice, and just kind of make sure you sort of know what you're doing and where you're placing. Once you really, what I like to do for glazed terracotta is figure out one block's direction and then place all of them like that. Oh, that's very odd. Oh, wait, I could actually use that to my advantage. You can see the top, because eventually you would have it... Oh my god. Basically, you see this starts as a half, even though on the bottom it's a full one, so I could use that to my advantage and say, okay, yes, I can just do the pattern, except it'd be shifted off by a block. And then same thing here, I can start with that. It's not really something that I can explain, other than just telling you, like, about the turning thing that I mentioned in the exterior, where basically, each time you turn once, it changes the direction by 45. So like if I'm like this, you see it's facing that way, and then if I turn right and this block to the left, actually no, it'd be if I turn right and then move to the right place, turn right and move right place, turn right, move right place, and that would make the square. But yeah, so like technically if I figure out one, wait, how do you place? You place like that. So, turn right, move right, boink, turn right, move right, turn right, move right. And then, could I just continue it? Yeah. But that was not... Huh? You know what, whatever, it works. I'm not complaining. And so, one kind of side will look like this. And you will have oak trapdoors underneath the sea lanterns, by the way, once you get that far. I just want to place them now, so... Wait, I had it. Okay, so turn right, move, I guess, left whenever you're at the end. Oh, it's so confusing. It's breaking my little brain. Okay, like that. There you go. Good news or bad news. There's more where that came from. Not as big. Well, there's actually more. It's just, like, not as... much consecutively. Anyway, get rid of your oak trap doors and get out birch stairs and birch planks. And over top of the front entrance, kind of up diagonally from this, you're placing 2 rows of upside down birch stairs, again going diagonally. up diagonally that from that a row of birch planks, and then a row of sea lanterns behind that, with no trapdoors or anything, just the sea lanterns. And yeah. For the big third that is left, get rid of your birch stairs and get out birch slabs. And if you take the top yellow terracotta on either the front or back here, you want to go in with 4 brown terracotta. And I'm going to do both at the same time, actually. There isn't a yellow here, but it's just like I'm against the birch kind of up diagonally. You can see where I am. And then you'd place a birch plank inside of that with an upside down birch slab below. And there you can see you have 4 blocks in the middle, which means you are correct. And then from there, I'm bringing each of the birch planks and upside down slabs all the way over, and you'll have some sort of symmetry with your window, at least on, or windows on the right. The front won't work as well, which you'll see what I mean with that later. Not quite yet, but yeah, it should give you this. And then for this one, you're starting with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place brown terracotta kind of up diagonally in just across this full thing. It doesn't have to be brown, I just am using brown because it was the first block in my inventory. And, yeah, that'll make the light gray glazed terracotta easier. So once I get one figured out here, you basically want one section of squares like this. So 2 next to each other, 2x2s. And then you'd have a row of sea lanterns with oak trapdoors underneath. Unfortunately, we got rid of those. I'll get rid of the white glazed terracotta and get them out. And then, again, I'll repeat. So it'd be another set of these. What am I doing? That's a good question. Not figuring it out, that's for sure. And then sea lanterns and rinse repeat until the end of time. Hopefully, you can figure it out. And then we can almost get to actually doing the furnishing, guys. No way. The furnishing shouldn't be too bad. There's a couple areas that might be complicated or time extensive, but overall, I mean, it'll be your average interior. You should have this. Cool. In line with each of the sea lantern rows, you'll bring these sea lanterns through and connect them forward and backward. And underneath these, you're placing bamboo trapdoors again. I kind of just got creative with this part. So, yeah. The left side I actually followed an image pretty directly for. Although this side, I followed an image for the, like, table positions. But I kind of just went with whatever for the ceiling. I think I did have the middle the same. Like, I think this is here. But I added the lights and stuff here. And then the rest of these, between these sea lantern rows, you'll just fill in with brown terracotta. And that'll be your ceiling done after like an hour. Not really. And that means that we just have furnishing to do, which, again, will certainly take a few minutes, but should give you this. Nice. Clear your inventory, and we're going to start with, should we do the same thing where we start with the kitchen? Nah. Get out the following. Spruce stairs, oak slabs, spruce wood, dark oak slabs, mud brick stairs, dark oak shelves, what else would actually be necessary here? Chiseled bookshelves, dark oak stairs, and polished blackstone. We'll start with that, because I think we can kind of get a good portion here done. From the main entrance, are there torches there? No. Behind either side block of shrub bamboo, you'll place a chiseled bookshelf facing in, then 3 dark oak stairs, and then another chiseled bookshelf. It's a little waiting area. This is very tight, I do realize. If you don't like this, you can remove it and just leave it open, but either way. Kind of between the chiseled bookshelves and back an additional 3 blocks. So this would be 0, actually. 1, 2, 3. You'll place polished blackstone. You can actually get rid of the dark oak stairs and chiseled bookshelves and get out polished blackstone wall. And I'm going to go with a nether brick wall. And off either side of the polished blackstone, I'll place a polished blackstone wall. I'll bring either of those walls back with 2 blocks and then another polished blackstone wall. On the front left polished blackstone nether brick wall, you will want a painting off the back side of it, which you can grab out. Off of these polished blackstones, I'll place dark oak shelves on the back side. And then the polished blackstone wall can be gotten rid of, and you can get out a stone brick stair. And if you are looking towards the front, the right polished blackstone, this guy right here, you'll place a stone brick stair on. Paintings. We can actually start with those, since we have them. I just have 2, and they're kind of just randomly placed. It's going to be the 3rd yellow over from the jungle door. This guy, you're placing a 2x2 off of. That is not a 2x2. Right there. And then I'll have one on the bathroom side. It'll be the 2nd yellow over from the stripped oak wood pillar. It'll be a 2x2 right there. That's all, because the front walls are enough with windows and stuff. So this is really the only wall that had open space. So what we're going to do for the seating areas is we're going to build all of these chairs and seats. And then we're going to come back and add details on some of the tables. Just because I added them. I don't know. But starting from the curved side, again, we can do this symmetrically. Coming out of either corner, you're going to place 2 spruce wood with dark oak slabs kind of going out from the wall. You'll then place a row of spruce stairs facing in from that. 1 row of upside down oak slabs. Spruce stairs facing into those slabs. Spruce wood with dark oak slabs on top again. Spruce stairs facing away from the spruce. Upside down oak slabs. And then this is where you would go diagonally in, but you're still just coming out with 2 spruce stairs kind of facing into those stairs. It doesn't line up perfectly. And then you will go spruce wood again from there. Then again, spruce stairs. Then off the next block, upside down oak slabs. And then I just realized you'll go 2 spruce stairs. And I have a spruce wood here kind of between, or behind them. And I also have one here to create the diagonal. However, you might want to remove that one because you can't access the seats if you do that. So, yeah, but you can see it kind of looks like this. It just follows the shape. There's nothing really crazy about it. From the frontmost table in this left spruce stair row of it, you want to count to the 6th block behind and place a spruce wood there. You can see it's in line with that stone brick stair, actually. I'll extend the spruce wood left by 2, back diagonally left, left, back, back diagonally left, and then back 2. Dark oak slabs on top of each spruce wood. And then off of the rows of 3, you'll place upside down oak slabs off of the long sides of those 3. Then on the kind of out, I guess, would this be the outside? Yeah, the outside, the front of this corner spruce wood, I'll have an upside down oak slab in either direction. And then off of those, I'll have mud brick stairs facing into them. Off each of the rows of 3 as well, I'll have mud brick stairs off either side slab, kind of facing into them, on both sides of this little curved area. And that's that side mostly done. What we can do, I guess, is get rid of your painting and get out white shulker boxes. If you followed the refresh outback, you would remember this, actually. On the back wall, just to the left of where the bar will eventually be, the 3rd block over, I'll place a polished blackstone on, along with the next one over. On the right more polished blackstone, I'll have to place 2 white shulker boxes going up. You should crouch to place these, or you will have to for the top one. Unless you place it off the wall like that, but that bothers me, so. And then off the left one, a stone brick stair facing forward. Right side. This one is weirder. I don't know about weirder, but it's still strange. From this frontmost birch plank, you want to count back diagonally right by one and place a spruce wood. Another spruce wood behind, then a gap of 6, and then 2 more spruce wood. We'll place the slabs on top of these at the end. I will have a dark oak shelf off the outside of each, like, spruce wood row, so off of the back set I'll have one, and off of the front set. Going right from each spruce wood, you're doing just repeating of spruce stairs facing right, 2 upside down oak slabs per stair, spruce stairs facing left, spruce wood facing up, and then again, you're just repeating that table repeatedly until you are just ever so slightly off of touching the right wall. I think you're like a block or 2 off. You would be 1 off, yeah. What's it there and there? And yeah. Alright, that's really awesome and amazing. I'm so glad. Anyway, it should give you this. You can place dark oak slabs on top of each spruce wood. And bring those shelf rows along to just kind of cover up the side of the... How? I was highlighting here. How did it place... Oh, whatever. Like this. And then on the front side here. This one is more important for a different reason, because you wouldn't want people falling because of this gap. The reason I have the gap is if I go closer, it just becomes weird. Because either way, you have the gap, and then at that point, I can't actually do the shelves, and you would have the gaps next to the trapdoors, which I didn't want. Speaking of gaps, though, at the very end, you will have a gap on both sides. You can do a couple things. You can bring this shelf over, but then you would just run into this, so it wouldn't actually really work. What I did for this front row is off of the back of the end spruce wood, I'll place a shelf and connect it into the wall. And then for the other row, I just brought it over by 1. You could technically leave this part open, because you could slide through here, but meh, I didn't. For the center, this is where it gets weird. From the first set of spruce stairs here, between them, you want to place an oak plank that is out of the center 2 blocks. It is shifted more backwards. And then from that one, you would count right by 4, forward 1, oak plank. From that, right 4, back 1, plank. From that, right 4, forward 1, plank. You can technically make these upside down slabs, but it doesn't make a difference because you will surround this with mud brick stairs all facing into it, so you can't see the bottom half of the block anyway. And just placing the planks is like 12 times easier. Cool. That's all of the seating. To finish off this front area, though, clear your inventory and get out dark oak signs, because I want to place those first. Glow ink sacks. White dye. Candles. Something to ignite them with, which, can I find fire chargers? Because I want to use them. I really want to use them. But I can never find them. You know what? I'm searching for it. It didn't press the search bar. It's in items. Whatever. I'm moving on. Sea pickles, which are also in items. Flower pots, which are also in items. And whatever flower of your choice. I'm going to go with the blue orchid because I think it looks nice. I like that flower. And that should be all to finish this off. Yeah, sure. Starting from the left side, each of the 3-block long tables, on the center of them, you're placing a sea pickle, which is like the salt and pepper shakers. I didn't put one on this diagonal thing, but you can if you'd like. Don't ask why also only those 4 tables get salt and pepper. They're the lucky guys. On all of them that are on this kind of weird curve angle, you want to, on the slab closer to the wall, you'll place a flower pot with your flower of choice in it. You could switch it up if you'd like. I just went all blue orchids because, frankly, I'm lazy, and I already did enough else, as you can see. So I was good. I was checked out. For each of these kind of mismatched tables, this is intentional, by the way. I didn't do this. I don't know how you would do that on accident. But anyway, you want to place a candle on each oak plank that you ignite. Does it... Okay, no, it does work. It's just really loud and aggressive for some reason. But, yeah. I just thought this would be kind of cool to have something a little bit chaotic in here. A good chaos. From either bathroom door you want to the right of the top half of the door, place birch signs. These are specific. To the right of the right door, you're going down a line, and I am typing... That it did not go down a line. I am typing gentlemen in all caps, not man. There's not one stall in this bathroom. For the other one, I'm going down a line and typing ladies. And I'm glowing sacking and white dyeing these. I just thought that was a little bit more... I don't know, up to the standard the Cheesecake Factory would hold, I feel like. Anyway, you can clear your inventory and get out the following. We're going to do the bar and then work our way into the kitchen from there. Get out glass, dark oak trapdoors, oak stairs, smooth quartz stairs, birch shelves, pale oak shelves, pale oak doors, pale oak trapdoors, and smooth quartz slabs. Actually, is it slabs? It might be stairs. It's stairs, so we don't actually need smooth quartz slabs. You can get out like right terracotta instead. I apologize. On top of this row of strip birch wood here, you want to place a row of glass. Couple things. Behind this row of glass, you're placing a row of birch shelves, so you can't see through it. On top of it, you're placing dark oak trapdoors. And then in front of it, you want oak stairs in a couple positions. What I did was I left a gap of one. Why did they do that? I left a gap of one from either side and placed an oak stair facing into the glass. Gap of one again, another stair. And this is that little thing I mentioned where it's where they would have the cheesecake on display and you'd be like, I want that cheesecake. And then you buy the cheesecake. Marketing 101. Heading behind the bar into this room, you want to pretty much just layer all the walls with opposite on smooth quartz stairs. This is a very odd system, though. The right wall, well, it's the bottom 3 rows, I guess I'll say, but the right wall is just this little 4-block wall. The opposite on smooth quartz stairs, like so. On the back, you're leaving a gap of 1 from that row, and then just go all the way left until you hit the left side. And on the front wall, you're going kind of in the area between the 2 doors. And I also went into this corner just for fun. You don't have to do that because I do realize that is kind of comical in a sense. But I did it anyway. In the next room over, which is this one, the kitchen, in the back right-hand corner, you want a light gray terracotta. Left of that, you want 2 pale oak shelves and then 2 more light gray terracotta. I'm going to get rid of the glass and get out smooth quartz blocks. And in the floor, I'm just going to break these chiseled quartz and replace them with smooth quartz underneath those shelves. You don't have to do that. I just thought it would look a little bit better. But anyway, you're extending either pale oak shelf up with another shelf and then opposite on smooth quartz stairs. Off the sides of these stairs and shelf at the top, you're placing pale oak trapdoors open against the side. Same with the front and where the smooth quartz stairs are. And then in the bottom, kind of off of the pale oak shelves, you're placing a couple pale oak doors. And you should place them from the inside and trap yourself in the fridge. That's good. I just needed something to kill the space, and I figured another fridge would never hurt anyone. Clear your inventory and get back out your light gray terracotta. Along with getting an addition. Hoppers, tripwire hooks, blocks of iron, pale oak trapdoors again, blocks of resin, monster spawners, smokers, and cauldrons. Our goal is to get most of everything at least marked here. So we just can get rid of the light gray terracotta forever. Going left of this back light gray, you're placing 4 hoppers, all pointed against the wall with tripwire hooks above them. Going over from there, I'll place a light gray terracotta. 4 blocks of iron, each with a pale oak trapdoor against the front. And then 2 more light gray terracotta to head into the corner. I'll bring 1 in front here. I didn't add a trash can. We'll get there. I'll talk about that, because I have already where 1 could go, which is in this corner. Back against the right wall, just in front of this doorway, you're going to place 2 light gray terracotta extending forward. In front of that, in the floor, 4 blocks of resin, each with a monster spawner on top, so in line with the rest of the counter. Forward with 2 light gray. Left with 1. Then left with 5 smokers facing back, and then another light gray. I'm going to take the center smoker and count it back by 3 from it in place, going left, 2 light gray, 4 cauldrons, and 2 more light gray. Each of those blocks I'll bring back with 2 more light gray. I would love to be able to fill these cauldrons with milk, by the way, because these are like mixers where they would, be mixing stuff. You can clear your inventory while I'm rambling. But of course you can't do that. If you wanted to fill them, you could use like slow falling potion. I think that's white. Or you could do the water and white dye thing. But I wanted milk specifically because it's, it's not as see-through as water would be. So, yeah. Unfortunately, something we would probably never get because it is a very obscure feature that only I probably would want. But it is a thing that I want anyway. On another note, you can get out the following. Polished blackstone pressure plates. Cobblestone stairs, cobblestone walls, dark oak trapdoors, grindstones, water buckets, chiseled bookshelves, spruce doors, and spruce trapdoors. We will also need chains, and then that'll be the kitchen done, which we'll probably get those out fairly quick. Over top of these smokers, you're going to place a polished blackstone pressure plate above either, and then a cobblestone stair above that, each of those. Now, these side ones, well, the middle ones are just facing back. These side ones you want to curl so they kind of face, or point in like that, so I guess it almost looks like it's connecting into the wall. And then above each stair, you want a cobblestone wall. Each of the monster spawners, you want to place a dark oak trapdoor open against the side of, and you will waterlog the monster spawners with, well, water. Very unnoticeable, but I guess from, like, this angle you can see their water in there, so. Anyway. The 4 cauldrons in the middle of this kind of island, you want to... I'm going to place a placeholder block on top of each one. I'll just use chiseled bookshelves for a sec. Off of the back and top of those, I want to place dark oak trapdoors kind of against them, and then I can remove them, so it'll give me this. Underneath each of those trapdoors, I can crouch and place a grind, so if I open it, does it break? No. Interesting. But you'll place grindstones kind of like this, and it'll look like mixers, kind of. Now's a good point to get rid of, I guess, the polished blackstone pressure plate and get out iron chains. And against the back wall, you want to place a row of chains going all the way across, like this. This would be where they would hang, like, pots and pans for drying and whatnot. Or for whatever else, I don't really know. Against the left wall, you want to take this bottom, like, gray terracotta and just kind of place 6 chiseled bookshelves going forward from it. I'll place 2 additional rows on top of that. And then against the front wall, I'll go over with 4 chiseled bookshelves that are also 3 tall. Here's a fun thing to place. You want to place sets of spruce doors against each of the chiseled bookshelves that face into each other. So, like, if I just place a full row going across here. If I break you and replace you, will you turn? No, I'll have to break you. Okay, so I have this furthest right. Well, I had all of them. I have this furthest right one. Then I will place the door left of it, and then I think I'll place the next one. And then I'll have to break, I guess, the rest of them, actually. And then place you, leave a gap, place you, and then place you. And then I'll have to actually replace you. God, it's a nightmare. But kind of just figure it out. Basically, especially for Bedrock Edition, because the doors lean to one direction, if there is a door on both sides of them, they will still pick that direction. So, yeah, just kind of consider that. It is weird, or if you want them all facing one direction, that also works. But for this one, it should be easier. I think if I place all four, if I do this now, yes, okay, that was easier. I just placed all four going across and then broke and replaced this one. Anyway, off the top chiseled bookshelves, I'll have spruce trap doors open up against each of them. Good time to clear your inventory. I'm going to get out composters and oak trap doors, and just kind of in either corner, like the back left and front right, I'll place composters with oak trap doors on top in place of those light grays. Just to have some trash cans, because, yeah. And you can add some in the front if you'd like. If you want, like, ideal placement, I actually have one particular spot in mind. Just to the right of the entrance behind this birch plank, like, right there is a pretty good spot. But it's up to you. Maybe even next to this, you know, the little area where they would ring you up or whatever. Anyway, for either bathroom, we're going to start relatively the same, but they aren't fully the same, so, well, obviously. Get out the following to start. Stone slabs, stone blocks, smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, pale oak trap doors, levers, skeleton skulls, pale oak shelves, and nether brick walls. In either bathroom, against the far wall, well, actually not against the far wall, you want to cut to the second stone brick over from the door, and you're going to go back with, wow, okay, get rid of your nether brick walls and get out pale oak doors. And place opposite on stone slab, pale oak door, 3 opposite on slabs, pale oak door, and then in the men's bathroom, you'll just end with 2 opposite on slabs. But in the ladies, you want to kind of continue the pattern. So you would place after this door 3 opposite on slabs, door, and then another opposite on slab. Like so. The center of the rows of 3, I'll bring over to the wall closer to them, which should be, you know, out. And then I guess in the men's, you want to take the outer block of the row of 2. Essentially, you're just dividing them into 3x3 spaces. Each slab you're bringing up with a stone block, and then another slab. And then from there, we can actually do the toilets, which are fairly simple. If you followed my designs, you are probably familiar with this. In the back center of each stall, smooth quartz block, upside down smooth quartz stair towards you of that, pale oak trapdoor on that stair, block on top of the original and lever to the left. I also have, if you turn to the right against this particular, either stone or it could be a yellow terracotta, I will place a skeleton skull here to act as the toilet paper roll. Ignoring just like the implications that has, but you know, it is fine. And you're going to do that in each of the 5 stalls in total. And then this will be where we do the one difference in the men's bathroom, and then we go back to doing both the same. Get rid of both your stone blocks and get out nether brick walls for real this time, and structure voids. If you do not know how to get structure voids, it is /give@structure_void. Java might have them in the inventory, I don't know. I haven't played Java in, it's been probably a year and a half. Well, no, it's been close to a year, because I did something on Twitch for it one day. Anyway, behind these, not behind the stalls. Yeah, no, I guess behind the stalls, that makes sense. This little 3-block area in the men's bathroom, it should be on the right wall. You want to, in the direct center, place just nether brick walls kind of coming off here. 2 going up, and just 1 row out. Left and right of that, I'm going to break this stone brick and replace it with a smooth quartz block. Above that, I'll replace these with opposite on smooth quartz stairs facing left. And off of the original blocks, I'll place pale oak shelves. I then want structure voids off of the nether brick walls, both kind of in front and on top, like so, and I'll just make it a little bit thicker. And also further, I guess further out is the point. Because you don't want to be, you know, looking around. You can clear your inventory from that point or hotbar. Because you could put your structure voids in your inventory. I had a comment about that one day. Like, oh, but that's not, whatever. Somebody mentioning something about it. Me saying inventory rather than hotbar. Get out the following. You want a composter, oak trapdoor, packed ice, dark oak shelves, white banners, polished blackstone buttons, and tripwire hooks. And from either bathroom in the very front corner next to the door, you're placing a composter with an oak trap door on top. At the second row of the wall going front to back, you want to place a dark oak shelf to start here with a white banner in the center slot. This is like a paper towel dispenser. Behind that, you'll have a packed ice in the wall, which will be on both sides. And then you'll alternate between polished blackstone buttons and packed ice in the wall until you are 2 blocks away from the back wall. And you should have 4 ice and 3 buttons. And again, when I head into the other one, I'll just have to place the buttons. Sick. And then behind that, I'll have another dark oak shelf with a white banner in the center slot once more. I'm struggling here. There we go. Each packed ice you can bring up by 1, and off of those bottom ones, you'll place tripwire hooks. Also, for the record, the polished blackstone buttons would be soap dispensers. And these would be faucets, because below each tripwire hook, you want to place a hopper. How did I forget that? Literally the most important thing. Hopper off of the stone brick. Here. And yeah, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the interior for your Cheesecake Factory complete. I did say that was going to be a long while, and it in fact was. Can confirm. Anyway, how long was that actually? It was close to an hour. Yeah, I wasn't actually exaggerating when I said that. Crazy. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.